Hey guys, Doyle here with Doyle's Basement Records. Hope everyone is doing well. I'm doing good. It is what's today? Today is Wednesday, and it's probably about I don't know, maybe around 10:30 here. I just want to do let's sit this down a little bit. Gonna do an episode on 8 things I want to see when I walk into a record store. But before we get started, why don't you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, please. Leave me a comment in that comment section. Let me know if I suck, if I'm doing alright for you guys. And remember, I don't have any editing or anything like that, so if you're looking for perfection, someone who can talk a lot better than how I can talk, probably not going to be for you guys, unfortunately. I wish it would. Believe me, I do. But other than that, let's get started with this. And I am listening to some Tom Waits' debut album, 1973, Closing Time. Phenomenal record. I highly, highly recommend you check out that record. You can't go wrong with it. Not a bad track on the whole album. All right, so I guess we're gonna go with start with number 8, I guess. I like seeing used equipment in stores. I'm always looking for an upgrade and a good deal on more receivers. I definitely want to own more, so I'm always looking out for used stuff. Because in my shop, we have shop I work at. We got quite a bit of used stuff: used speakers, used turntables, cassette players, receivers. There was a Pioneer. Oh God, it was like a 480. 580, somewhere in between there. It was kind of low watt, but I wanted it, but then someone else bought it that day, and I was like, man, you know what? I'm kind of glad they bought it because it was definitely a lot lower version than this, and I would have liked to have it in my collection, but yet again, I was like, I'd rather spend something a little bit better. But I like seeing used equipment in stores. I'm always curious and always asking questions, kind of learning more about the equipment. Number 7. I do like seeing in record stores where people have like their high-end records, the more expensive, different pressings in one section, so you can look at them, see the prices, and then usually not all stores, but they all should have written, especially if it's a rare, what year, what pressing plant or whatever it came out of. I always love seeing that. Number 6, I like because we do this stuff. We've done all these at our store, but I love seeing like where you see the staff picks, their section of what they recommend each week, or you kind of get to know your especially what record store you go to the most, and which one you love, which local one you go to, and you'll start learning their names, and you start shooting the shit with them. And then some people will get to know your music taste. Like for a while, man, I was always putting up like grunge, some reggae. I'm a real big Greta Van Fleet fan, so oh God, when that record came out, I think I probably put that on there for like a month straight. Yeah. But I like seeing that. And then another thing I really love seeing, when you go this can't happen every time, because when you go to your record store, it's all through different times. So sometimes it's busy, sometimes not. But man, I like it when I walk in, you see kind of a little group, and they're just all talking about music, talking about this record, that record, different pressings. Like, you should have heard this record from 1983 from Columbia or whatever. It's like, my God, people really get into different pressings, and I just like hearing. I like learning about different people's music taste. Let's see, where are we now? All right, we're moving quite along. Number 4, I always want to see a listening station, especially for for those used records. You want to hear how they sound sometimes. Not every place has that. Especially like some of the smaller ones, unfortunately, don't. But you know, they're only limited in so much room, which I understand. And you know, having a little section right there, that's not really making you money. But oh, and if you ever take out a used record and start looking at it, and any of those people tell you you can't do that, you need to get the hell out of that record store. No, look at it, put it in that light if you need to. You know how you do it when you want to look at all the angles or whatnot. Yes, no one should ever tell you if you're looking at a used record. A new one where you can't unseal and everything, but yeah, a used one. Oh yeah, if that record store is telling you can't do that, I think it's time to find a new local store because that's ridiculous. Number 3, the staff. I definitely want the staff to have a little bit of knowledge. I'm not saying I know them most. I mean, some of the guys I work with who kind of, some of the older guys, man, they can wipe the floor with me with their knowledge. And I'm not saying I know much. I know certain things about some genres and stuff like that, but man, some of these guys, it's unreal how much music and how much knowledge they got about different albums, different bands, different years, different pressings. It's incredible to see. Like, my God, wouldn't you just go to school to study music? Man, you're fucking cool, you know? Alright, and then my number 2. I don't want to see any snobs. That's always been a big one. Don't be disrespecting someone's taste in music. I mean, I'm not into those like boy bands or anything like Backstreet Boys or NSYNC, but if we have those records, someone's buying it, I'm like, good God. I mean, it's not for me personally. I know it sold, God, millions and millions and millions of records and made millions and millions of dollars. People like that, you know. There's certain bands, you know, I really don't care for, and I'm not like, wow, you're gonna listen to that? I might, I crack a joke. It depends how well I know it really depends on how well I know. Like some of our other customers, like I might crack a joke on them or whatnot. But someone I don't know, I'm definitely not gonna say anything. And you know what? I'm sure I listen to stuff. People are like, good God, you listen to that? Yes, I do. You know, you work at a record store. It's not a stressful job. Don't act like you're just so busy and you just can't help anybody or just try to act, I guess, cooler than anybody. I mean, man, you work at a record shop, man. It's a stress-free job, I should say. Maybe not for the owner or whatnot, or some of the higher end. They probably go through some stress. Like, good God, when he starts selling some more fucking records. But in my number 1, what I want to see when I go into a store. Organization. I want to see stuff. You know how I already have all mine organized. I want to see the band name, and then sometimes you can't do all of the band names. I get it, but then show some letters in there as well with the band names. And I understand people pick up records and put them in different spot when they want, but if your record store is not, and I know it does take time, but your record store should be you want to take a little pride in it, so it should be organized. I understand that the 45s aren't perfect. Well, I mean, nothing's gonna be perfect in there. People are gonna move shit, and sometimes, hey, you misspell and put in the wrong section. It happens, but it's in the ballpark of where it needs to be. But if it's just like, my God, it's like, wow, there's AC/DC, and then what the hell, Guns N' Roses, or and so on, and it just keeps going weirder and like, just put the hell, I don't mind when I have the time to do a quick dive and like try to look through try to find a grail with just like a bunch of bullshit in a row where it's nothing's alphabetized at like a flea market or whatnot. I do enjoy that when I got time, but not every time you want to do that. Sometimes you want to go to all right, I'm looking for F, and I'm gonna go through F or whatnot. You know, I want to see things organized. Makes things easier, and it shows they care about the store, I should say. But this, alright guys, I think that was gonna be kind of it. That was just my quick, how many did I do? 8? Yeah, check out this Tom Waits record, man. That's one of my favorite songs on this album's coming up. It's real jazzy, a little bluesy, great voice. This is when before he starts singing real graspy. See? And if you know Tom Waits' later in his career, pretty much any album after this, he really sounds like real graspy. Alright guys. Well, that's gonna be my video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, please. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you like when you what do you look for in your record stores. Those are my top 8 that I like seeing and like being around at a record store. Thanks guys.